Hi, Lindee here. We've unboxed the machine. Now let's see what else is in the box. The next biggest piece, which is in its own box, is the embroidery unit. And on top you'll find the hoop, and this is a hoop for a 100 by 100 millimeter sewing field, or 4x4, so that's what you'll hear them called, 4x4s. And it's not the measurement of the hoop itself, it's the measurement of the sewing area. So when we talk about 4x4 hoops, we're really talking about a 4x4 sewing field. We'll talk more about embroidery in future videos. Now, the embroidery unit is right here, and it doesn't look like an embroidery unit because it has this really cool cover on it that will double as a extension table. So let me show you how the extension table works. We'll set the embroidery unit aside. And on the back, we have some feet. So you just pop down the feet. And on the machine, you'll need to take this front panel off. Once we do that, we have a little free arm here. So if you're sewing sleeves or cuffs or small tubular items, this is a great way to do that. Just take that front piece off. So the table just kind of fits on here like this. And now we have a little extension table for sewing. Whenever you have a bigger flat area around the bed of your sewing machine, it makes sewing much, much easier. So if you don't have a dedicated sewing table that allows the machine to drop and have a level area, this will give you a little bit of working space. Now if you start working on really huge things like quilts or blankets or I don't know, something really huge like a cape or a coat, you'll want a big flat area. So you'll want to invest in a separate table, either an extension table or a drop table for your sewing. Now another thing that's floating around in the box is this spool of thread. And this is embroidery bobbin thread. It's actually floating around with the machine. It's not in the box with the embroidery unit. So you don't want to be using this for sewing. You want to save it for embroidery. And it'll say embroidery bobbin thread, 60 weight polyester. And this is the weight recommended by this machine, and it's pre-tensioned so that all you have to do is wind your bobbin and it's ready to go. So that's the part about the embroidery unit. And we'll look more at how to use the embroidery unit, how to attach it, and that sort of thing. But first, let's take the table off so you can see how that goes back on the embroidery unit. Now notice that it has a cutout here and the table has a cutout. So it just sets back. Oh, we have to put the legs down. Always helps to put the legs back down. And it just snaps right on. And so you're ready to store it. So we'll look at the other parts that came in the box in the next video. See you then.